Welcome to my latest case, The Secret of Shadow Ranch. To start, choose Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Gameplay Overview. Dear Hannah, well, I made it to Shadow Ranch, but I'm afraid all is not well. The Raleighs, the people who own the ranch, have been called away on some kind of emergency. They had Dave Gregory, he's their foreman, pick me up at the airport. He gave me a phone number, told me to call the Raleighs at that number as soon as I got settled in, and refused to tell me anything else. In fact, he barely said 2 words to me the whole ride to the ranch. What's worse, Bess and George aren't here yet, which is very strange, because even though we had to take different flights, we figured we'd get into Phoenix at about the same time. Being here without them feels odd. After all, the Raleighs are their aunt and uncle, not mine. I wouldn't even be here if Bess and George hadn't begged them to invite me out to the ranch for 2 weeks, too. Until about 3 months ago, the Raleighs owned a clothing store. Bess said it was always their dream to sell the store and buy a cattle ranch. I hope they're okay, but frankly, as beautiful as Shadow Ranch is, I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this place. Love, Nancy. Hmm. Frances Humber. Wonder who she was.
Phoenix and surrounding areas will be hot and dry today, with temperatures expected to reach the mid-90s by 5 this afternoon.
Hey, you must be Nancy. I'm the cook, Shorty Thurmond. Welcome to Shadow Ranch. Come on over here and tell me about yourself. You have talked to the Raleighs, right?
Is that important?
I promised the Raleighs I wouldn't talk to you until after they did.
Why do you want to talk to me so badly?
Do you have any idea how hard it is to have an interesting conversation with those 2 guys out there? It's impossible. So call the Raleighs, then come right back.
We're sorry. Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Raleigh. It's Nancy Drew.
Nancy! Are you at the ranch?
Yes, and I'm a little concerned that you're not. Is everything all right?
Oh, everything's fine. I mean, it is now. It wasn't last night, of course.
Everything would have been fine last night if you hadn't made such a fuss.
How could I not make a fuss? There was a rattlesnake in our bedroom, for Pete's sake.
Did you say rattlesnake?
I told Ed to leave it alone and let one of the hands get it out of there, but no, Ed started poking at it with my yardstick, and all of a sudden it leapt up and bit him.
How bad?
Well, his arm swelled up something awful, and he was feeling pretty poorly by the time we finally got him here.
I was fine. She's exaggerating.
Oh, Ed, you wish. Anyway, dear, he's doing much better today, and the doctors think he'll be well enough to go home in a day or so.
I'm well enough to go home right now.
No, you're not. If I don't stay here with him, he'll get up and walk right out that door.
No, I won't.
What can I do to help you?
Oh, nothing, dear. Absolutely nothing. You just go get a horse from Tex. He's the head wrangler, and go riding to your heart's content. I told Shorty to go ahead with the cookout I planned for tonight, and...
The envelope. Have her take that envelope to Mary.
Oh, good idea. There's an envelope in the roll-top desk in the den marked Mary. If you could ride over to Mary Yazzy's and give it to her, we'd really appreciate it.
I'll do it right away. Did you say I'd have to ride there?
Because of the way the roads are set up around here, it takes longer to drive to her place from the ranch than it does to get there on horseback. Dave will tell you how to get there.
She's gonna have to get the key to the desk from him, too.
Oh, that's right. I always lock the roll top. Dave has the key. Oh, dear. It seems like there was something else I wanted to tell you.
The horse, Bet. Tell her about the phantom horse.
Did he say phantom horse?
Yes. You see, last night we...
Hello, Mr. Raleigh. Time for those tests.
Uh-oh. We have to go. Don't worry about us, dear. You just go have fun. Just be sure to wear a hat and drink plenty of water. It's gonna be another hot one. Bye!
No, wait. Just tell me about the... phantom horse?
You talked to the Raleighs?
I sure did. Do you think Ed's gonna be all right?
He'll be okay. Getting bit by a rattler's no picnic, but it sounds like he's out of the woods.
Bet said something about a phantom horse. Do you know what she was talking about?
This glowing horse came galloping up out of the dark, making a real ruckus. Everybody woke up and went running outside to look. It reared up a couple times, then spun around and went racing off the way it came. By the time anybody thought about going after it, it had disappeared.
It was glowing?
It was the strangest thing I've ever seen. Guess you're gonna be asking me a lot of questions, huh?
I'm sorry. Am I bugging you?
The Raleighs said you were a detective.
Amateur detective. It's just kind of a hobby.
I'm gonna be honest with you, ma'am. We were short a couple hands to begin with, and now with the Raleighs gone and everybody on edge over what happened last night, well, this is not a good time to be visiting Shadow Ranch, that's all.
How do you think that rattlesnake wound up in the Raleigh's bedroom?
Probably crawled in through a mouse hole sometime during the day and took a nap. Nighttime's when they're most active. Something the Raleighs found out the hard way.
Could somebody have put it there?
Guess it's possible. Person would have to know how to handle snakes, of course, but then if you work in the desert, that's one of the things that's good to know.
The Raleighs asked me to take something out to Mary Yazzy's, but it's in the den in the roll-top desk, which is locked. They said you had the key?
Sure do. They gave me their key ring at the hospital.
Great, thanks.
To get to Mary's shop, just follow the trail that goes northeast out of the corral. Can't miss it. And I should probably warn you, she doesn't like the Raleighs.
How do you know?
It's just the feeling I get when I talk to her, that's all.
I'll let you get back to work.
See you later.
Tell me you've called the Raleighs.
I have, and I still can't believe what happened to Ed.
That is creepy, isn't it? But the horse, that was even creepier. See, I was just about to crawl into bed last night when all of a sudden this glowing horse comes galloping up outside. It stops and rears and paws, whinnying and snorting. Then it just wheels around and gallops off into the night. It was Dirk Valentine's horse, you know. Now it's a phantom.
A phantom horse?
Dirk Valentine was an outlaw around here back in the 1880s. Legend has it he was in love with Frances Humber. She lived right here on Shadow Ranch. Unfortunately, her daddy was the sheriff.
Something tells me this story does not have a happy ending.
Because of him, Valentine was captured and eventually hanged. Ever since, the ghost of his horse has been roaming the desert, cursing whoever sees him with bad luck.
You don't really believe that, do you?
All I know is Ed Raleigh sees the horse, and what happens less than 2 minutes later? He gets bit by a rattlesnake. You do the math.
Well, I'd better get going.
Don't be a stranger.
Sounds like this Jane Nash person has it out for the Raleighs. The Raleighs sold a trunk full of junk to Mary Yazzie. That's not the right time. Must be broken. This doesn't look like it was ever opened.
As usual, things did not work out like I planned. Just when I get everything fixed just right for you to go looking for the thing I hid for you, I go and get myself arrested. But no matter what you hear, nothing is gonna happen to me. I will be fine and we will be together soon, I promise. Meanwhile, you can keep busy by looking for what I hid. Start by using this piece of paper to mark where all the rock pictures are. They will tell you what to do next. Your favorite flowers, and the flowers on your favorites, start keeping them in mind too. I will leave a message for you in this here cell, just in case they decide to move me to the jail down in Tumbleweed or something. I like vexing your brain, because when you are thinking real hard, like when you're playing the piano, you are more beautiful than anything in the world. I am sure to be out of here before you find my treasure, but in case I am not, know that it is all yours, and that you are more precious to me than 10,000 treasures put together. 9, 12, 15, 22, 5, 25, 15, 21. Dirk. P.S. I do not and never will hold what your father did to me against you.
July 4th, 1882. Got sworn in as sheriff. It was the 4th, so it's like all them celebrations was for me, which of course they weren't. Frances thought up a song and played it on the piano for me. I forget how it went, but it was purty. I'm lucky to have her for a daughter. Hereford Shoup come by with a plant he brung from New York, which he calls Harrison's Yellow. Looked right dead to me, but Frances planted it out back and give it some water, and already it looks to be on the mend. She's 17 and can read and write good and knows her numbers. Hereford's thinking to marry her, but I said she ain't of that mind yet. March 30th, 1883. Frances has got eyes for a young man named Dirk. She says he's from Prescott. Cappy says when she plays the piano, this Dirk makes everyone be quiet so he can hear her good. I ain't never seen her smile like she smiles now. I told her to bring him to the ranch for dinner, but she says he won't come because he is too shy. I wonder if that is the truth. April 16th, 1883. Got a letter from the sheriff over in Phoenix about this Dirk Valentine, who's wanted for robbing 2 banks in a stagecoach. The picture with the letter looked just like Dirk, who Francis is sweet on. When I showed her the picture, she got tearful and run off. Now, Dirk is gone, and she won't say nothing about where he went. August 2nd, 1883. Dirk Valentine is robbing banks and coaches and trains all over the territory. Francis says he never ever shoots his gun and only steals from people that already got plenty of money. But that ain't true, because some of them trains he robbed was carrying money, meant to pay miners their hard-earned wages. He is nothing but a no-good, greedy outlaw, but Francis gets real mad when I say that. I fear she is still sweet on him, and that she sees him when she knows I am busy, and gets letters from him which she hides from me. September 9th, 1883. I got hold of a note Francis sent to Dirk and saw where they was going to meet. So I got a posse and we caught Dirk, and now he's in jail. The judge is coming next week, and I hear he is a hanging judge, so Dirk most likely ain't long for this world. Francis won't say nothing to me no more, and says she never will again. September 13th, 1883. Dirk sends a secret letter to Francis, which Mason got hold of and give to me. I locked it up so she won't ever read it. Francis ain't allowed to see Dirk in jail, of course, and if she never sees his letter, maybe she will think he don't like her no more, and maybe she will stop liking him. Francis's ma would have knowed what to do better than me. I wish she was still alive. September 17th, 1883. They hung Dirk at noon. I thought I would be glad, but I ain't. September 18th, 1883. Francis took Brownie in my big saddlebag and is gone. She ain't told no one where she's going, not even Cappy. But I know she will forget Dirk, and when she does, she will come home because she's a smart gal and will figure out that I did what I'd done for her. January 4th, 1884. My sister says her little girl Ellie got a letter that said Francis went east and was not of a mind to ever return. I hope this ain't the truth, because I miss her something awful. June 11th, 1884. The Harrison's yellow, which Francis said was her favorite flower in the world, is just a pile of brown sticks now. I don't know how to look after delicate things like that, so it is my fault that it died. I ain't seen or heard from Francis in a year. I tell people she's on her way home, but when I look in my heart, I know this is a lie. She will never come back to Shadow Ranch, and it is my fault. I'll just have to find a way to live with it.
Hey there, Nancy. Man, I wish the Raleighs were here.
How come?
I'm really looking forward to you and me sitting down and having a nice conversation, especially with all the weird stuff that's going on. I'm so busy getting all their chores done in addition to my own that I barely have time to talk to myself, let alone to you. Enough of me complaining. What's up?
Well, I'd better get going.
Don't be a stranger.